Namaste. Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana, and I am here tonight in celebration of Kwanzaa. I'm an intuitive reader and healer, and last year at this time, I was so moved by the offerings of the lovely Oyas girl, Queen Osset, and Veronica Rose that I decided this year I was going to carry on with this. The spreads that we did last year, the reflections, many of you joined in as well too, were just truly amazing and powerful. And so here I am again to wish you Habari Gani. And our response tonight is Kujichagulia. Kujichagulia. And the reflection tonight is one on self. Last night's reflection was Umoja, which was is unity, a concept and a reflection that is really close to my heart, something that I do take time to reflect on a regular basis. And I have the cards from last night here as well too. I may share some of those again just to let you know what has arisen. So behind me, I have lit a red candle for tonight. So the black candle is relit for Umoja. The first red candle is lit for Kujichagulia, and pardon the pronunciation. I believe these words come from Swahili. And so as we turn to self and a look at self, I was contemplating which deck to use, which tarot deck. And is there a tarot deck where I see myself, a tarot deck that feels at home? Maybe it's an environment that I would like to step into, a tarot deck that is empowering in some way. I chose tonight to pull out the Bone Stone, which I haven't had out for some time. And while there are some cards, I mean, isn't that the way in every deck, that don't completely resonate? It's an environment I definitely would love to be in more often. Let's just say that. So that's the deck I'll be working with this evening. The spread tonight, we're going to look at several different, seven prompts. And the first one is the most prominent history that I carry with me. So I'm going to open my deck and I'll switch the screen so you can see the cards bigger. I don't believe this deck is available, so I'm sorry that I'm using an out-of-print deck. If that is a frustration to you, I know it is available at an astronomical price. Hopefully one day there will be a reprint. Kujichagulia, self-determination, and just in general, a focus on self, both the small s self and the capital S self. And so I ask you if there was a tarot deck that, I mean, there are so many, right? There's so many tarot decks I would love to walk into so that I could grow and learn and become more than I am. Last year for this prompt, I used Tarot of the Hidden Realm, which might seem like a bit of a funny deck to use for this prompt, but there's so much emotion in that deck. It really stirs me, and I feel encouraged, and at the same time, the sacred space of that deck is really beautiful. And equally, the sacred space in this deck is really something. It's Kujichagulia. Tonight I'm going to place all 7 cards down, and then we'll just go through and look at them. So I'm going to go 3 across the top and 4 on the bottom, which were the instructions. And this is the same spread as last year. I don't know if I have the words exactly right that were in the PDF, but I was not able to. I didn't save the PDF from last year. So this is card number 1 here. The most prominent history I carry with me. Wow. Okay. That's unexpected. That is unexpected. Okay. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. So this is the Nine of Pentacles. There is I want to say the dancer is blossoming. There is a sense of course, being on a stage, there's an audience at the back. But the energy here, if we look at the Nine of Pentacles as one of fulfillment, one of integration, there's definitely a comfort with being on the stage. Isn't that funny? I mean, I am on the stage quite a lot, the YouTube stage, if nothing else, or the Zoom stage. But what does this mean, Nine of Pentacles? You know, nines are at the triple three. Nines they're rich, they're round, they're abundant. This is a completion of a very integrated suit. The position, the body language here is open of body and open of heart. It's full of strength and power. So I find this really interesting because maybe this history that I carry with me, that there may very well be ancestors. There may be, amazing souls in spirit who have, blazoned the path for me. One where, I don't, this isn't a first for my DNA, right? And YouTube is a relatively small stage, So I have to tell you something. I really, really would love to do a TED Talk. It's one of my dreams. It's one of the things on my bucket list. This feels like I could do that. It feels quite empowering. Hi, Tamian. Hello, Janet. So yeah, so position one, Ace of Swords. That's a powerful card, Tamian. It feels, like that's the person who takes the bull by the horns. That's the person who blazons the way. It's a initiation of truth. It's the person who doesn't put up with anything other than integrity. So that's an amazing card to be the most prominent history you carry with you. The second prompt for Kujichagulia is about foundations, traditional foundations that inform me. So these prompts might stretch us a little bit. So take your time with these prompts. Take your time. Okay. Oh, Janet, Tammy is telling you what she drew for herself. This here is the Nine of Pentacles from the Bone, Stone, and Earth Flesh deck. So this is my personal draw. Okay, so that's Nine of Pentacles. And Tamianne is also doing this spread, and she drew the Ace of Swords. In the second position, I have another card of connection. This is 10 of Pentacles. So this is 9 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. And in this card, we see multiple generations. So we see Maiden, Mother, Crone working together. There is a couple. There is an abundance of things in this illustration. So there's an intergenerational support in this card. An intergenerational support. And so this tells me that I come from families, families that live together with multiple generations. And it's really, I find this so fascinating because I had my fourth child when I was 44. And my family is a huge range of age, and who is aunties and uncles to different cousins and so forth. It's quite funny, right? Who is an aunt, who is an uncle, and who's in a cousin and so forth. So this feels, I like this, I I love the intergenerational connection that this card brings to my personal reading. Yeah. And the blossoming, the confidence too. It's like go big is what I'm reading here for myself. So maybe one day you'll see Sadhana doing a TED talk. Okay, number 3. How I primarily define myself. That is very interesting, because how we perceive ourselves is not necessarily how others perceive ourselves. And I'm really, really curious what this card might be. So let us turn this over. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is not the Ace of Cups. This is the 10 of Cups. So I have 9, 10, 10. Interesting. Okay, so we have a lot of fulfillment here. We have abundance, an abundance of pentacles, an abundance of emotion, an abundance of, if I look at this card and I think potential, I think holy grail, I think a willingness to dive deep, a willingness to dig deep, no fear of the ocean. And if you know me, if you've heard me talk on my channel for some years, you'll know that I have no fear of the ocean. I'm willing and ready at any point to dive deep. Just let me take care of that soul here hanging out. Okay. Where am I at? Always distracting when these trolls come along and put up their unsavory links. So with this 10 of Cups, the question is how I primarily define myself in my work and my role as a mother, as a partner. I feel, yeah, like emotions are important, and our comfort with what underlies them is also really important. Mhm. Okay. So Tamiyan, for her second card, just let me go back to the banners. So for Tamiyan's second card, traditional foundations that inform me, Tamiyan had Queen of Cups. I wonder if you come from a lineage, Tamiyan. I wonder if you come from a lineage of seers or healers or mediators, or like that. I wonder if you have that in your family line. Okay, and you're using the SKT. Okay. That's a cool card to have her position 3. Like that. Okay. To have the Knight of Pentacles there, it feels, and I had that card last night. So I had the Knight of Pentacles as my final card last night. I was using I still have these out. I was using the Next Chapter Tarot, or is it New Chapter Tarot? New Chapter Tarot. And there's such an enduring quality with this card. There's I never give up kind of thing, the little engine that could. So that's a great card to have there. Let's go to prompt number 4. My inner authentic name. So this might be, hello there, Anna, welcome. This might be a name that you daren't call yourself. Excuse me, I have an itchy nose. Okay, really intrigued here. So this is the 5 of Wands. It feels like a bit of chaos. Is my inner authentic name a bit of chaos? Is my inner authentic name something to do with, let's think about this. So 5 of Wands is a fearlessness when it comes to transitions. It is that place of the wands where we cross from the security of the 4. It's a busting out. It's a busting out of the traditions of the 4. So it can also have, uh-oh, I've got a fire. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Isn't that funny? We're dealing with the 5 of Wands and I have a fire on my altar. I think we're okay. A pine cone caught fire and I just kind of burned myself. Hopefully we are okay. All right. No other candles burning over. Sadhana. Just let me get a little bit of water. Great excitement. Great excitement on the live stream. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. I'm going to go get something to pick that up with. I need to get rid of that candle. Oh my goodness. Okay. Next thing you know, a smoke alarm is going to go off. So let me take care of that before it happens. Oh my goodness gracious. Great excitement. I swear, you can't plan this stuff. You really, really can't. Okay. No, there's no harm that's been done. There's just probably a few burnt twigs in my altar. Anyway, it's all good. I'm fine. All is good. All is well. Shall we carry on? And I have to laugh because my inner authentic name. So the 5 of Wands is kind of like a fire, right? It's like a conflagration. It can be fire out of control. And I mean, you have to laugh, right? My altar sets on fire when I draw the 5 of Wands. Okay, so let's go on. Number 5. How I create for myself. Okay. All right. This is the Ace. This is the Ace of Wands. So, sorry, the Ace of Cups. And so I have the Ace of Cups here and then the 10 of Cups. This is going to be an interesting spread to journal on later. I create through an emotional resource. I create with part of my creation taps into things that I'm working through. So, one of the ways that I create is through deep reflection, and deep reflection is a part of how and what I create. Okay. Spirit is definitely with us tonight. I've got all kinds of funny flickering going on here as well too. Always a good time on live with Sadhana. Okay, number 6, how I speak for myself. So my voice. I've got more fire here. This is funny. Oh, now I'm hearing all kinds of noises. This is funny because most people say that I speak really slowly. So I don't tend to rush my words, and I take time with what it is that I say. And then this prompt, which is how I speak for myself, feels like full of energy and full of passion. So one of the things that I want to take from this card, one of the takeaways from this card is that with the 8 of Wands here, I want to allow my passion to be a part of how I speak wherever I am. Like not to dummy down my voice. Hmm. Okay. Great. Thank you for sharing your cards. Position 5 for Tammy Ann is the Sun. Ooh, okay. That is a very powerful card. It's a very powerful card. And Janet for position 5 was the 3 of Pentacles. Let's go back and I'm just going to put up the prompt for number 5, just so how I create for myself. Okay. So Janet creates through structure. Through structure. Wouldn't that be funny if you were a wedding planner or something? That would be an amazing card to come up there. Okay, so 4 of Wands, Janet, for card 6. Oh, no, that's how you speak for yourself. So Janet went from 3 of Pentacles to 4 of Wands. So one of the things I suggest that you do once you're done is to look numerologically at the connection of all of the numbers in your reading as well too. Okay, and then the final card in this reading, number 7, is my highest aspiration. Teacher, very planned and organized. Okay. So my highest aspiration is number 7. And this could be an unrealized aspiration, something that you haven't given yourself permission to realize. And again, I want to go back to, I think I said earlier about dummying down some things, right? So this is about allowing your authentic self to be real. And that's what the focus is tonight. It's about self. I have the Death card. That's something I had. Did I have the Death card last night too? No, I didn't. Okay. So my highest aspiration for myself is complete and utter transformation, which I feel has been in progress for some time, but that is quite the reading. That is quite the reading. What did you have for your highest aspiration? Let me know. The few of you, I know Anna's in the chat, and Janet and Tammy Ann, if you want to share, and whether or not you recognize that highest aspiration, if it's something that if you feel connected to it. Janet, King of Pentacles. Hmm. One thing with that card to remember is that it is the 78th card. It is a card of navigating the entire tarot. It's a card of it is a card of full integration and full experience. So it is a card very much of rising up and above, walking through life, the full experience of life. Yeah. Okay. I strongly, oh, that's Anna. What are you saying here about my last card? Oh, Anna, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. And one of the things I feel with this card is that I'm fearless when it comes to transformation. I'm also committed and passionate about transformation. So I love, love, love that card showed up there. Janet, I do as I need to connect more with the earth. That is hard to stay grounded. So you are probably Vata dominant as well too in the science of Ayurveda. Okay, that's a good card to have there then, right? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so take your time. Take your time with this spread. And another thing that I found really helpful last year was go back and forth between the readings each day and to see if there is repeating cards, if there maybe is an illustration, if you're using different decks each night, if the illustrations cross over from deck to deck. Um, there's so many different ways that we can work with these spreads, and they really are. I feel like they have the potential to dig deeper than we would normally go with, I don't know, any other spread that I've ever done. There's something really, really special on these. These are not my spreads. They come from Veronica Rose, whose channel I don't believe is open any longer. But there is a link to her channel below. She was talking about taking it down, so we'll see how that goes. Um, and I'm just looking at the time. I will be back with you in half an hour, and I'm going to do 3 more card of the year ahead readings. Okay. And those of you, if you would like to post your spread or any reflections about your Kwanzaa experience in my Facebook group, the link for the Facebook group is in the description box below. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. Namaste. Blessed be. I should say Habari Gani, which is the greeting for Kwanzaa. Habari Gani.